Hello once again, my students. Today we'll talk about integer word problems. But before we do that, let's talk about some important words that you need to remember in order for you to solve word problems. I know this would be very difficult for a lot of you, but we have to start somewhere and we have to practice a lot in order for you to get desensitized on how to do word problems in mathematics. Okay, before we go to the nitty-gritty of things, let's start off with what would be a positive word and what would be a negative word. Okay? Meaning positive, you add it up, you add, and negative, you subtract. Okay? So I want you to go and get a card or an index card or a large paper and make a table. So on this side would be your positive words, and on this side would be your negative words. Okay? So let's start off with one of the words that are used a lot in SOL or testings here in your school. Above, and this is positive, and the opposite of above is below. Okay? So above, how can I draw this? So let's say this is your table. All right, the ball is above the table. So if you're talking about below, so if this is your table, okay, the ball is below the table. Okay, next, ascend, and the opposite of ascend is descend. Descend. We have to write it in red. Sorry about that. Descend. Let's erase it. Okay, so ascend and descend are both opposite. Do you know what's the meaning of ascend? Well, it's another word for, let us write this down first. So descend, descend, okay? And another word for ascend is climb, okay? Climb, all right? It's usually here in some of your tests, it talks about the ascend of an airplane going up, climbing up, okay? Or you're talking about the descend of an airplane going down, okay? So ascend goes up and descend goes down. Got it? Next would be deposit, and the opposite of deposit is withdrawal. And these words talks about money which goes inside the bank, money deposited to the bank, or money taken out of the bank, taken out of the bank. Okay? Next is up, all right? It's like this ascend. or down, which is like descend. Okay? So up, you're going up, and down, you're going down. Okay? Next is earn. Okay? Earn or gain. Okay? And the opposite of earn or gain is loss. All right? In our test, it talks about also money for earn. Okay? Or gain, it talks about something that you got. Let's say you gain a few pounds of weight. Okay, so let's say it talks about person who talks about his weight. Okay, or loss. Well, you lost your money. Okay, or you lost weight. Okay, so loss. Next would be rising or falling. Rising. And the opposite of rising is falling. Okay, so rising is similar to ascend or going up, or falling is similar to descend or going down. Okay, going down, this is going up. Okay, In increase, and the opposite of increase is decrease. And forward, the opposite of forward is backwards. Okay, so increase is talks about the greater in size or amount or degree. So it's increasing. All right, it's increasing in size or in degree or in amount. So decrease is you are decreasing in size, amount, or degree. Forward talks about movement. Let's say a car, right? A car. Sorry about that. So a car moving forward, or a car moving backwards. All right. So this is a car moving forward, and the other one is a car moving backward. So these are the integer words that you might encounter during exams or tests. So again, let's recap. Above, the opposite of above is below. Ascend, the opposite of ascend is descend. Deposit, which talks about money going to an account in a bank, or withdrawal, money going out of your account. Up, of course, going up. Down, going down. Earn talks about money also, most of the time in your test. Gain, for example, you gain pounds, you gain weight, or you lost weight, or you lost money. Rising, falling, increase, decrease, forward, and backward. Okay? So here are some of the examples of our word problem. Let us try to, I have 3 examples. Abby was balancing her checkbook. Abby started at $130. She made a withdrawal from her bank of $10. She paid for her lunch. She paid for her lunch by taking out $6 from the ATM machine. She deposited $75 after she received a refund from her car payments. how much does she currently have in her checking account? A, $186, B, $187, C, $188, and D, $189. So let's start first looking at some of the keywords that were used in this particular problem. So Abby was balancing her checkbook. So let's draw. So there's a checkbook, right? A check. All right? A checkbook. So she's balancing her checkbook. Okay? And the checkbook, she has a $130 in that checkbook. Okay? Let's remember that there's a $130 in the checkbook. Okay? So, and she made a withdrawal. Withdrawal is positive or negative? Of course, it's negative. Withdrawal from her bank of $10. So, you're going to subtract $10 from the amount, right? So the total of that would be $120. She paid for her lunch by taking out $6. Taking out $6 from the ATM machine. Okay? So she took $6 from the ATM machine. So taking out is negative, right? Negative. So minus $6, the amount would be 114. Okay? She deposited $75. Deposited is positive. All right? $75. After she received a refund from her car payments. So she's paying her car, but the car company or the loan company gave her a refund, well, money back from the payments, and she got $75. So how much does she currently have in her checking account? So you just have to add this one, 114 plus 75, 9, 8, $189. So just to recap, she got 130, and then she withdrew $10, and then she paid for her lunch $6. She deposited $75, all right, which is positive, and you add it up and it will total you $189. So the answer would be D. Next problem. Okay, let's go. So you see deposit talks about money, okay, and withdrawal, right? So those are the two terms that were used in our previous problem. Next problem. So this problem talks about temperature. Today's temperature, okay, let's check this out. Today's temperature was 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so today's temperature is 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, yesterday's temperature was negative 19 Fahrenheit. Okay, negative, negative 9 Fahrenheit. Okay, what is the difference in temperature between yesterday and today? Okay, so this is a very easy problem. So here you're going to talk about the difference, and you know that the difference is subtraction. Okay, so you're going to subtract 5 minus negative 9. This was the temperature today, and this was the temperature yesterday. Okay, so 5 minus 9, negative 9. So you keep, our rule for subtraction is keep, and then you change, and then you change. Okay, so the answer here is 14 degrees Fahrenheit, which is B. Next problem. Look at the table below. So here, from time to time, your tests will show some table. Okay, and this is the table. Sorry, this is your table. Okay, August is the month of August. The average temperature is the average temperature is 10 degrees Fahrenheit. September 12 degrees Fahrenheit. October negative 3. November negative 1 degree and degree Fahrenheit, and December is 0 degrees Fahrenheit. So the question here, what would be the difference of temperature what would be the difference in the months of September and October? Okay, so the question can give you many other variety. It could be what would be the difference between August and September, or what would be the difference between November or December, or anything else. But just remember the concept of the difference. So the difference talks about the subtraction of September and October. Okay, so here September is 12. Okay, and you are subtracting negative 3. Okay, so 12 minus negative 3. So 12 you keep, and then you change, and then you change. So 12 plus 3 is 15. 15 degree, and the answer is 15 degrees D. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in class.